Oh, hello there. I'm the Home Run Hammer. You may know me as just Hammer. Who knows? Anyways, welcome to a new series I like to call Hammer Talks, where I just talk about random bullshit that you may or may not be interested in. And if you're interested, please stick around and like, comment, and subscribe, because as soon as we get to 50, I'm finally going to be able to live stream for you guys. I hope. Seriously, I just want to do streaming for you guys, because, hey, we might just be able to chill and chat, but who knows? Anyways, what is there to talk about? Well, there's a lot of things I could be talking about, but I'm going to be doing a suggestion that I was given to by none other than my girlfriend, Raz. Yeah, Raz decided that we should do a series where we basically just talk about random shit. And, well, that's what we're going to do. Well, originally it was going to be the both of us, but unfortunately, I kept having failed attempts at making this series, so unfortunately, the double episode is going to have to be put off for now. So yeah. Overall, though, right now, this is just going to be the first episode, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the Roblox game Forsaken and its killers. I'm mostly just going to be going over some stuff that I know about each killer, where they come from, and what their origins are. I'm not going to try to make this too long of a video, I hope, because, yeah, things will get long. Anyways, without further ado, let me just pull up the Forsaken wiki on my iPad. Thank you thank myself for having two different devices. So let's do it, starting off with the killers. Jason, Cool Kid, John Doe, and 1x1x1x1. I just call him 1x for short. So first off, let's start with the first killer of the game, Jason. Jason in this is obviously inspired by the Friday the 13th series, where Jason originally came from. However, the Jason that we play as in this game is not the version from the movies, and is instead the version from Survive and Kill the Killers at Area 51, another Roblox game that I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. And if you're not, go play it. You'll know what I'm talking about at some point. Okay, I gotta take the beanie off. Jesus Christ, oh, God. Only Raz will know why I was wearing the beanie. Or they won't. She can have her own fucking judgment, I guess. Anyways, Jason is pretty much who you think he is. He's a goddamn serial killer who basically goes around killing his victims, with a machete as his main weapon. Also, in the lore of Forsaken, he has a chainsaw. For some odd reason. He actually ended up getting the chainsaw when he got into the realm of Forsaken, which, yes, Forsaken itself is an entire different realm, and it's kind of a death game. There's a whole bunch of lore that I'm not getting into, but Jason is basically just the Jason Voorhees that you know from the Friday the 13th movies. And if you don't know Jason's character, you've clearly been living under a goddamn rock. Setup. Okay, we're good. Anyways, I don't really have much else to say. So, Jason, we're going to move on from, and instead talk about my girlfriend's favorite killer in the entire game, Cool Kid, who is the only character in the entire game based off of an actual exploiter. And to go off a bit of a trivia about him, if my fucking iPad will work, please, just fucking respond to me. Oh my god. Whatever, just moving on, I guess. So basically, Cool Kid is based off of an actual Roblox exploiter. And the reason that he has the design he is, looking entirely red, is because of a skin condition that he has. And canonically, in the realm of Forsaken, whatever. Canonically, in this lore, Cool Kid is only 10 years old, which I found to be funny as hell. He's also scared of John Doe for some reason, but that's because of his adoptive father, 007N7, who I just like to call 07 or 007 because it's just easier for me to pronounce it like that. So really, there isn't a whole lot to talk about when it comes to Cool Kid's character. I mean, there is quite a bit to talk about, but at the same time, there really isn't. But if you really want to know what he looks like, this is what he looks like with his, render, I guess you could say. But if you want to know how he fully looks, well, the best image that I'm able to get of the motherfucker is this as his model, so now you know what he looks like. Just go to the Forsaken wiki and you'll be able to find it. So yeah, there's really not much to talk about. So yeah, there is a lot to talk about when it comes to Cool Kids. He has a lot of interesting facts, but really we don't have a lot of time for that. Next up, though, is probably one of my favorite killers of the entire game, design-wise at least. Probably gonna have to be John Doe here. John Doe is actually, well, the original John Doe of Roblox. However, he ended up getting corrupted, and apparently, according to the lore, he is actually married to Jane Doe. However, after he got corrupted, he completely forgot about Jane, but fell in love with her all over again. However, there is an entity who controls the entirety of Forsaken called the Spectre, who actually tries to make John Doe not have feelings for Jane all over again. And this is because he's a bitch. Okay, well, there's a whole ARG where apparently about this is an unfinished one. I don't know anything about it. But essentially, Spectre is basically malicious living code, I guess, and he wants power. At least that's what I could get from his wiki page. There's no real render of him. So yeah. John Doe also, as we know, primarily attacks with his left hand that has claws, but not with his right hand, which is like big as hell. That's because according to the wiki, it's too goddamn heavy to just swing around, which I kind of understand, but at the same time, it's like, dude, it probably deals more damage. So John Doe is a pretty cool character. And then there's easily one of my favorite characters of this entire game, who's also the hardest to play as, 1x1x1x1x1. I probably added too many 1x's in there, but I don't give a fuck. 1x1x1x1x1, or just 1x as I'll call him, is probably my favorite just because I kind of grown to his character quite a bit, so I guess there's your explanation for that. He's also one of the hardest characters to play in the game, having a 5-star difficulty, which is actually insane. Also, according to the trivia, he is gender fluid, which, okay. And to those who have absolutely no idea what being gender fluid means, gender fluid is a non-fixed gender identity. Fucking hell. A non-fixed gender identity that shifts over time or depending on the situation. And funny enough, that's what Raz is, which is pretty funny. Which I also think explains why one of the skins that 1x has, real quick, going into his skins, one of the skins that this motherfucker has, is that I looked through, is a skin called Betrayed, which also apparently gives them the ability to speak for some fuck-ass reason. So, okay, whatever. Basically, it just changes 1x to look more feminine, I guess. I don't fucking know. 1x's skins are weird. Also, Cool Kid apparently has the least amount of skins, so there's also that. Overall, though, there is still quite a bit to talk about when it comes to 1x besides the gender fluid thing, which I found to be pretty fucking hilarious. There are also only one of the only 5-star difficulty characters, so that's pretty cool. So yeah. There's also a bunch of other random facts, but apparently one of the most notable ones is that 1x only feels hatred, toxicity, and negativity, which is one of the main reasons why they kill. And they're also a physical manifestation rather than an actual being. In fact, 1x is actually made of the hatred of Shedletsky. At least that's what I assume so. Looking through this here, looking through here. Yep, he's the manifestation of Shedletsky's hatred who wishes to destroy Shedletsky and anyone who associates with him. So there's that. And really, that's all the killers I wanted to talk about. I would talk about a bunch of some of the scrapped and upcoming killers that we're probably going to be getting at some point. But for the time being, I just wanted to talk about the standard issue killers. Maybe I'll talk about the survivors one day, but that's really unlikely. I just wanted to talk about Forsaken and some of the funny shit that it has. So yeah. Anyways, that's really all I have for Hammer Talks. So if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you want to see more. And well, I'm probably going to be making more of this series. So, bye-bye. and stay hammering, everybody.